for a baby girl. I'll be using some lovely papers and embellishments from Anna Griffin. I've got 2 pieces of card here. This is also Anna Griffin cream card. What I'm going to do, this is a 10 by 7 card piece of card stock in the ivory. I'm going to score it in half to make a 5 by 7 card. On this one is, I wanted to do like a little mini shaker card, so I want to create a small window here, and for that I'm going to use my Martha Stewart circle card. And I want to put the centre point of this circle cutter at the centre of where you want your circle. So I want it about there, and I'm going to make sure my piece of card is nice and straight. Let's do 3.5. So all you need to do, if I put it on this side, is you put your blade, it's like a little notch, you put that in the circle cutter. I'm working on a glass mat, so I'm hoping that this will be better this time. And then just cut all the way around, like so. Okay, smooth off any edges. I'm just going to take my little nail file block and just run round, just to make it look more finished on those edges. The thing I want to do is I want to line my back inside of my card with my acetate. What I need to do is put this on in the place that's best to get the most butterflies. So that's my piece of acetate, which is going to go on here like so. So I'm just going to get some double-sided tape. That way up. Making sure the butterflies are where I want them to be. It's into a shaker card. So I need to first of all make my slight sort of shaker section. What you need to do, when I find anyway, is when you're doing the tape, if you want it to curve round, if you put little splits like so into the tape, what will happen, as long as you don't go all the way across as I nearly did there, is it starts to bend round, so you can get that sort of very close to the edge here, which is what I want. And then it will start to curve round, whereas if you didn't do that, it wouldn't do the curving. So the edge, when you get to the end here, you need to make sure it's nice and tight into the gap, because you don't want anything escaping. So I almost do it too big and then really squash it in, so there's absolutely no chance that that's going to escape. So there we have that all the way around the edge. And I'm going to use to show through and cover that up like so. So I want to make sure that I get again a nice design coming through, and on the back, so when it's on the inside, it's going to look nice and attractive. Now what I need to do is put some more foam tape around here so that the card, this piece of card, doesn't dip down. All lovely done. So the next thing I need to do is get my anti-static pad, which I hope isn't going to make it all too dusty, but just to wipe round the acetate, so that when I put the glitter in, it doesn't stick to the inside of the card. Okay, so then the next thing I need to do is peel off all this tape. You don't want to put your glitter in before you peel off the tape, for exactly the reason that just happened there. It jumps up in the air and then you end up with glitter all over your table. There we go. Right, so that's that done. So the next thing I need to do is put my glitter in the middle. Now I've chosen this really pretty sort of flakes. Okay, so we're just going to tip some of that into our centre here. Hopefully that's enough, or not too much. And then we're going to get our piece of card and place it, and just give it a good press down so that it's absolutely secure. then you've got this gorgeous shaker card on the front. What should I do on the front? Was use some of these rub-on ribbons and do that across the front here. So I think what I want is this lovely pink one here, this white really broad one here, so I think we'll get that. I actually really like the one with the little ducks on it, but it's going the wrong way for me, or the little chicks. And then just pull back at a 90-degree angle with the backing paper and it will come off much simpler. And then just rub over with your finger just to make sure it's lovely and stuck down. My stickers, and I want my little chick. So we're going to grab him off. Just make sure you take the backing paper as well from the back of the stickers. And I'm going to pop him just here, standing on the ribbon. And there we go. And then I want some of these little epoxy stickers. And I think we want sugar and spice. Yeah. So pop that down on there. Like so. I've got this pink peel off border, which I probably should have done before I put this on, but anyway, we'll see how we go. Stick that down. There we go. And then you can carry on taking that around. I'm just going to stick this tiny curly edge down onto my mat quite loosely, but it just stops it curling away all the time, which is really annoying because it keeps sort of sticking to itself and it's not really ideal. I think this just gives it a really pretty accent to that circle. Finishes that off and stops it looking kind of too plain and boring. And just a plain horrible cut edge. And what you need to do is stick it down, then bend it. If you don't stick it down properly before you bend it, it starts moving and you can't bend it. It doesn't work. So stick down a piece, bend it across, stick down the next piece. This works quite well because you can naturally go to each little spot. So it's sort of quite helpful. Oops. So that's what happens when you don't stick it properly. Okay, so we need a second piece just to finish that little bit off. And you won't need all of it, very much of it, so I'm not going to peel too much off, so I don't want to waste it. Just need a couple really. It's so static. Now I don't know where I got these from. These are just peel-offs that I have found. I don't in my stash, and I've had them ages. Now what you need to do is make sure if it has got this sort of repeat in the pattern on the peel-off, that you start in the right place and that you cut so that you have it continuous properly. So here I've got a dot, so I need to make sure I have the little line next. So, and then when you stick it down, it shouldn't really show the join. Oops. Peel up our little ducky and pop that in there. So I need my tweezers. this lovely pink, very delicate ribbon from Anna Griffin again, and I don't know, it just calls it Dusky Ribbon 100% silk. So I'm gonna open that up because it's very pretty and it's quite thin. I didn't want anything too heavy because we've already got quite a bit on here. It's tucked in, I can't get it. Okay, so I think that's a nice colour with that. So let's unrose some. I think we could go around twice. Let's see how much we need. Fighting with it here. Okay, so then we just need a piece cut off here and give it just a knot, I think, nothing too fancy. Like so. And then just snip off. I think we need a bow. Let's see if we can do a bow, if it needs it, if it looks better with it. Oops. It's because I've got a tiny end now. I think that looks quite cute with the bow actually. I can get my fingers to work. There we go. And just a cute little bow, and I've just tucked the two ends under this piece of ribbon each way to point them out so they point out the way I want them to. And that's that card done. So for the next card we're going to take another piece of the 7x5. Okay, so what I've got is I've got this Anna Griffin again. It's going to be using the Anna Griffin Hannah collection again, and it's these vellum quote pads. Now I want to use this little quote at the bottom here that's got the little lamb on it, and it says 10 tiny little fingers that from the very start will reach out for tomorrow, yet always hold your heart. And I've got a little piece of this scrap card that was left over from the previous card, so I'm just going to pop that in there as my piece to attach my vellum quote to. These really cute little brads, their little tiny feet and the little tiny hands, and I've got two of each, and I'm going to put them in the corners to hold my vellum quote in place. So I'm going to get my piercing tool, make some holes and put those in. Topper ready for the card. So now put that to one side, and I need to get my card back in, and I need to put my mat on. So let's cut this to as big as we can get it. Okay, so I've got this lovely Martha Stewart floral punch, so I'm just going to do the corners with it, and I may well do it on my card as well. I just think that looks really pretty. I was just trying to decide whether I wanted to do this. Let's give it a go. If it's hideous, we can get another piece of card and use this for something else. God, that's a bit tight, but we did it. Card with the corners punched, and then that goes on top of that, like that. So that looks quite pretty, I think. And then I'm going to put my ribbon around that, which I've got this piece here. So I'm just going to cut to there, and then just use my ATG to put a bit of glue either end to stick it to. And there we go. And then round and over the end, like so. And then we'll ATG the back of this card, putting a bit of glue, zig on the flowers because I don't like them sticking up. I'm going to place that down. Putting each little flower in the corners so that it's all lovely and straight. There we go. And then we need some 3D foam so that I can place that over like so. Now I'm not going to put a bow or anything on there with the ribbon, it doesn't need it. I just wanted it to show out the sides. So turn this over. Now you need the 3D foam, I think, with this because you've got the brads on the back, so you don't want them kind of, they stick up, so it wouldn't look right personally if you didn't have the foam, because it would just make it kind of be bumpy. So that down, and that's our finished card. I hope you've enjoyed watching these 2 cards, and I'd love to hear your comments, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.